Troy, can you believe it's officially been 1 year since I met you in person?
In some ways, yeah. It feels like forever since the 60th anniversary.
There was more going on than the 60th anniversary. We met in person.
Yeah, but...
That was my Doctor Who day.
Yeah, but Doctor Who being back was more important, wasn't it? Let's be fair.
Roll this intro before I get more hurt, please.
No, I didn't enjoy meeting you, and I never... No, I'm kidding, of course. I love you very much. Roll the intro before he cries, quick!
Yay! Hello, and welcome back to Who's There, a Doctor Who podcast. My name is Crispy, his name is Troy, and we're the hotline that accepts your calls from anywhere in time and space. And today we're celebrating the 61st anniversary of Doctor Who. I almost said 60th, but that was last year, silly. But happy birthday, Doctor Who. You're 61. But someone is joining me today who's much younger than 61, and that is, of course, Troy Red Archer Live. How are you?
I don't feel it sometimes, mate. I'll tell you that much.
What's going on? What's going on in Troy's world? What's happening?
Sleepy. That's
Sleepy
about
boy?
it. That's about it. Yeah, that's about it.
That's good. That's good. You should get some sleep one day. It's not my fault.
One day, I'll have some sleep in a couple of weeks. That'll do me fine. Yeah.
Yeah. I must full disclosure, everyone. I did miss this morning's recording session because I was feeling really crook last night. I had I had dry everything, dry eyes, dry throat, dry palms, knees weak, arms are heavy, whatever the heck is going on. Dry humor. And then I slept in until like 10 a.m. and I was like, oh, wow, I've missed everything. I've missed work. I've missed my podcast. I've missed the whole day, really.
Disgraceful,
so
honestly.
I apologize.
I'm really angry with you now.
Yeah, that's fair. It is fair.
Nah.
But anyway.
You're not the reason I got up so early, so it's fine. I can forgive you.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, it's fine.
We were up early, but now we're late to Doctor Who's birthday. So happy belated birthday, Doctor Who. But we've asked you, what's your fave memory about Doctor Who? Is that what we asked? What's going on?
It is, yeah, because it's been 1 year, well, 1 year since, where's my brain going? It will be switching on slowly over the course of this episode.
Get excited.
Yeah, it's been Doctor Who's birthday, and we figured a good idea for call-ins would be just your favourite memory of Doctor Who, something that's special to you, whether it's about the show, or the actors, or whatever it may be. We'll just see what everyone's got to say about it and go from there. But also, we probably should say welcome to, hopefully, some of the new listeners who stuck around from last week's episode, because, wow.
Thanks, guys.
Crispy stunned me by saying it was like our third most popular episode ever now in a week, and I was like, huh?
Yeah, it's done ridiculously well. 2,500 listens. Let's say listens instead of views because that sounds way more important.
Well, it's probably even more if I go to audio platforms. Do you want me to add the audio stat on?
Yeah, I'm actually curious to see how it performed on audio, considering it's such an outlier for our YouTube. But yeah, thank you everyone for last week's the love we got last week, because Troy had an absolutely crazy time at the Showmasters convention. That was a very, very well-run event, and Troy didn't rant for 54 minutes at all. Okay.
I was slightly concerned, like I said, about how much moaning or complaining there was going on, but I'm glad to find that it didn't come across that, and everyone is just like, yeah, no, it was terrible, because I always get self-conscious of stuff like that.
No, mate, I think it's really well done.
I'm not seeing the new episode particularly high on the audio stats. I think it's just that, we said at the start of last week's episode, like, oh, we need a title that's gonna bang, we need a good one. Yeah. And we're like, oh yeah, bad convention, yeah, we're cooking here.
We're absolutely cooking.
It's buried somewhere. I don't even. There it is. Oh yeah, it's nowhere near. It's like
weird.
Way down the list.
That's fine. I'm so fine with that. Thank you for listening, regardless, everyone.
Do you know what the biggest episode on audio platforms is?
The Power of the Doctor review.
Very close, actually. That's the second biggest one. The biggest one's our first one.
Oh, that's nice. That's
the Giggle review. That's cool.
Very nice.
It is quite cool. I don't think we've really talked about our analytics. We don't do it very much, but just looking at the stats, especially YouTube and audio together, just seeing how some of the biggest episodes now are the episode reviews, because you got to realise, whether you're new or old to this podcast, whether you're new, you won't know. If you're old, you might not have realised. But as we've said once or twice before, for the first 2 years of this podcast, we had about 2 episodes to review. Episode reviews were not a staple of this show, because we picked the worst time to start it, clearly.
Literally.
But now we've had a full series, and all those episodes are kind of floating to the top, which is quite cool. So yeah,
that's nice. That's nice. No, thanks for the love, folks. It has been over 2 years, almost coming up on 3 since this damn podcast.
It's kind of crazy to think. Yeah, 3 years in February.
Oh my gosh, we'll have to do something big. We'll have to do something
My chair
massive.
is creaking so much. I think my chair's older than Doctor Who at this point. I've not even had it that long. It's creaking so much. Every time it makes a noise, I'm like, that's going to come out in the audio. Oh boy.
Don't worry. Like over here, my chair's so bad. I got it on Amazon and I arranged it like really, really badly when I put it together. So it just slides around and makes noises and clinks and clanks all the time. So
Sounds a
bunch
bit
of
like
creaky
you.
chair boys. Yes, just like me, because I will be 61 very soon.
Slides around, makes noises, creaks. Yeah, that's about right. That's what the typical YouTuber.
Yes. But you know who's not old and creaky?
Who?
Mateo, one of our callers. Here we go.
Oh, let's see what their favourite memory of Doctor Who is.
Hello, Mateo.
Okay, this is like a personal thing that happened to me related to Doctor Who, so I'm going to tell the story. When I was at Gallifrey 1 last year, I was walking the hallway as one does at a convention, and the legend herself, Camille Cadori, Jackie Tyler, stopped me, and she was like, "Oh my god, I just love your jumpers, lovely, really." And I just about died when I turned the corner. So that's my favorite Doctor Who memory.
Wow.
Did he cut himself off, or did he realise that it was 30 seconds ago, right? Because it's exactly 30 seconds,
It's
that
exactly
goal.
30 seconds. That's incredible.
That's amazing.
Wow, I didn't realise that Jackie Tyler was at Gallifrey 1. I didn't know
Must have been
that.
at one of them recently. I love hearing non-English people do English accents because it just he made Camille Cadori sound like the Queen. That was great. Yeah, well, Gallifrey 1, which has just announced Stephen Moffat's going to the next one, which is interesting.
Really?
He seems to be doing a bit more of the conventions now. Yeah, well, I say a bit more. He did one. I met him out now. He's doing another one, but maybe he's
Yeah.
warming up to the idea.
Surely we get Moffat out to Australia again. That would be nice. I would love to see the man. See what he's
That
doing.
would be nice. That would be nice. Well, you were at a convention like just this weekend gone, weren't you?
Oh, yes, I was. I had an absolutely ridiculous weekend, Troy, and I have no idea as to why I got so sick afterwards. It's probably because I was so exhausted after the just sheer madness that happened. So Josh Snares came over here from Adelaide. We had the 50% boys come over here from Perth, and we went all the way to the Brisbane convention that was hosted by the Sirens of Audio. It was Sylvester McCoy. Sylvester McCoy taking the stage and being ridiculous. Sylvester McCoy played the spoons on my head. It was pretty awesome.
Actually?
Yeah, he went around the crowd, and I happened to be like on the end of one of the seats, and Sylvester just played the spoons on my head for some reason. I have a photo somewhere. I don't think they've released the like full HD ones, but when they do, I'll share it. It'll be up.
Right.
But yeah, and then the rest of the weekend, I was with the 50% boys and Josh Snares, and we had just the most ridiculous fun time. I showed them around Brisbane, and then Josh Snares beat me at beer pong, which was incredible. It was amazing. So
That sounds great. Did the 50% boys vlog it? Because I know they vlogged the last con you all went to.
Yeah, there'll be a vlog.
Never guess
that the
what I just
doorbell?
heard. That's the
Is
doorbell.
it the doorbell?
It's the
Alright.
problem recording in the morning, baby. You get that. So you tell everyone a cool story.
I'll just listen to another caller, shall we? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the crispy hour of power. We've got Conor McRae with a 1-minute call, which is good for me because that kills some time. But enjoy Conor McRae's favourite memory of Doctor Who. Here we go.
On the weekend of the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who, my family went up to stay with my Oma and Opa in the countryside and help with a lot of yard work that they needed done. So the Saturday was all work in the garden. We were exhausted by the end of the day. We just collapsed into bed. And on Sunday morning, my mum wakes up around 6:30 a.m. and walks into the living room and sees there huddled on the couch together, me, the youngest member of the family, and my Opa, the oldest member of the family, patiently waiting for Doctor Who to come on. And apparently it was this adorable moment of my mum seeing her son and her father joined by this love of Doctor Who early in the morning. And it's a memory that I really cherish now as my Opa gets on in years. It's one of my favourite Doctor Who memories. Oh, you thought this was a comedy bit because it's a Conor McRae call. Nope. I use my minute license to make you feel things. How do you feel about that, Capaldi? I thought so.
Wow. Wow. Oh, boy. And Troy's coming back. Oh, my God, dude.
What happened?
Dude, I'm tearing up. I just listened to
You're
Conor
tearing
McRae's
up?
call. That was the most wholesome story I think I've ever heard.
You listened to it without me?
Yeah, well, I was like, oh, it's a minute long and I could kill a minute while Troy's gone. And it was just like the most beautiful, emotional story I've ever heard in my life. Wow. That got me. I don't know why that got me. That was so sweet. I've never cried on this podcast before.
I'm going to have to listen to this in the edit? Oh, yeah, Crispy,
mate,
how could you do this to me?
Good luck. I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm not going to tell you the story. Wow. Unless I just fake cried to throw you off. And it's a ridiculous Conor McRae edit.
No, it's not. You're not. Yeah. Neither of us are awake enough for you to pull something like that off.
Yeah, correct. Absolutely correct. Troy, what was at the door? What was at the door? Everyone's
it's my
favorite
mom's
segment.
fault. It's a Beetle Juice poster that she ordered. Well, I ordered for her, but because I have an account with the company. But it was ironic. It's actually quite weird. She said to me yesterday, she's like, "Has that poster been dispatched yet?" It was supposed to come out in November, and I was like,
"What was the movie?"
Beetle Juice.
What was the movie?
I'm not saying it again.
Damn it.
Crafty beggar. And she was like, has that been dispatched yet? Literally yesterday. And I was like, I'll get an email when they dispatch it. Turns up this morning. They didn't even email to say it had been dispatched. So
ridiculous.
Showed up.
Ridiculous.
Showed up. Just like Beetlejuice would in the hit film, Beetlejuice.
You said it!
Yeah, but I said words in between. You got to say them uninterrupted.
Oh my gosh, I'm
3 times.
sick of it. I'm sick of it.
You can't go, Beetlejuice, can you get over it? Beetlejuice, can you get over it? Beetlejuice, can you get over it? He's not going to show up.
Oh, all right.
But if you say Beetlejuice...
Wow, and that was an edit, folks. Troy, in real life, said Beetlejuice, but he cut it off.
Oh, did
he cut it off with the edit.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of editing going on in this episode. Next caller, please.
Mr. Scarlo, make me cry like Connor did.
The best thing about Doctor Who is sharing that experience in the show with friends, always talking about new theories, what you liked about the episode, what you thought could have been done better. And my favourite memory of Doctor Who is either going to say The Day of the Doctor in cinemas, which is an obvious one, or the one that comes to mind is that watching the end of The Waters of Mars for the first time, like the Time Lord Victoria stuff, man, that was so dark, but it was amazing. Bloody loved it.
Wow. That's nice. That's nice. I liked how Mr. Scarlo said...
I can't believe we found a Doctor Who fan with friends.
Yeah, it's unheard of. It's unheard of. In this
crazy.
Economy? Crazy.
Yeah, exactly. What the hell?
I just enjoyed how Mr. Scarlo was like, yeah, I enjoy how we critique the show. I'm like, yeah, that's we do that a lot.
That is just the Doctor Who fandom in it, yeah.
We do that a lot. Troy, I've probably asked you this before, but you went to the cinemas for the 50th, didn't you?
I did, and the infamous story. It's not quite as infamous as like the cake or something, but the thing with me was that it was right before the first assessment I had as part of my GCSEs.
That's right.
It was like a year and a half before my actual exams, but it was the first like assessed piece of work I had for English, and it was handed in I think like 2 days before, like the day before it was the screening in the cinema. So my thinking I had was like, oh, you put the effort into that, and your reward is seeing Doctor Who at the cinema, and it worked. I think I did really well in the assessments. I seem to remember. So
good boy. Good.
Yeah, I know.
You're smart.
Back when I actually really was invested in education, I wasn't dazed and you know out of it and uninterested by the end of my degree like I am now. Hey, do you want to study to do something else in education? No, I don't. Keep me out of education. I don't want to study. I will tutor. I will happily do that. Not studying anymore. I've had enough. I've had enough for this lifetime.
So if you want a man that's given up on education to tutor you, please go.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, isn't it? Doesn't like I've given up on education, but I will do education. It's the different kinds of education. I'm not as long as I'm not receiving it. I don't mind.
Fine, absolutely. All right, let's have.
Pay me today, please. Thank you.
Let's have Atticus.
My email is in somewhere. You can email me, and I'll teach you some maths. I'll teach you about triangles.
I don't want to learn about triangles. Pythag?
What's Pythagoras' theorem, Crispy?
Y equals mx plus c.
That's actually the equation of a linear line. That's not bad. It's not Pythagoras, though.
What is Pythag?
It's a squared plus b squared equals c squared.
Dude, it's been so long.
Yeah, well, c squared is the hypotenuse of the triangle. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I know the hypotenuse and obtuse.
Okay, you've all heard some maths
angles.
tutoring now. That means you all have to pay for listening to this episode. There is a donation link in the description. No, I'm just...
This episode's a tax write-off. Here we go.
Imagine that. You have entered a toll episode. You must pay off.
Please. Pay to continue.
Pay to get to select audio navigation. Press enter now.
When I was in year 1 or 2, I had a friend who liked Doctor Who was British, and I went home and asked my mother about it. And the first episode I actually ever saw, I had to ask my mom what show it was. It was the Ninth Doctor episode Dalek. And I had to spell out the show's name. She went, "Oh, I have all the old ones on DVD." And so I grew up watching classic Who too. That's my favorite memory. I got introduced the right way, I say.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful.
I didn't realize Atticus was the audio navigation guy.
Yeah, that was the official voice. That's that's just a clip from whatever you put in a Doctor Who DVD.
Atticus starts speaking to you.
Can I ask you, Troy, what were your first Doctor Who DVDs? Do you remember? Because I've told you mine about how I got them from the library when I was young. And I started with The End of Time.
I wonder if my mum would know better than I would. I'm not sure.
Do you remember?
We started with Series 3, as I've said, but I can't remember. Maybe we started... Either we started buying the volumes, because I know we originally bought like the volumes for each series where like it'd release in like 4 different discs when the episodes would come out, and like each disc had like a few different episodes on and you could collect them together. Like we did then buy the complete Series 3 afterwards, so clearly our collection hoarding began at a very young age for me. But either we bought those volumes first for Series 3 or we bought the Series 1 and 2 DVD box sets. I don't know what order it was, but it was one or the other.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Nice. I remember seeing the Series 1 DVD at like JB Hi-Fi here, which is just like whatever DVD. They've got a bunch of tech and DVDs or whatever. What? Stop? Why am I stopping?
No, you said high five.
Oh, JB Hi-Fi, not high five, but I'll take it.
There you go. No, actually, stop. You now have to pay for the next section.
I was like, is this another toll for the episode? Yeah, no, I remember seeing Christopher Eccleston on the front and being like, who the heck is this guy? That's not David Tennant. What's going on? I always thought that David Tennant was just like the one before Matt Smith. Well, he is, but like that was the only one before Matt Smith. And I was like, what? There's more doctors? There's more doctors? So that was surreal for me. But anyway, I was just curious.
It's the guy who absolutely loves the British royal family.
Yeah. Loves them. Yeah. Loves them to death.
Definitely didn't use the words parasite or idiot when last posting about them.
No, never once. Never once.
Never.
Here's someone that we love, Jack Amigo. Hello.
Jack Amigo.
Jack, my amigo.
Hey guys, so the first thing that I want to mention is me watching End of Time Part 1 or Part 2 when it first aired with my older brother, and the only thing I used to remember about that episode when I first watched it was the master eating all the food. What a weird thing to remember, I know, but yeah, iconic really. Other memories I have is watching Sarah Jane Adventures all the way through my childhood, and also most recently The Power of the Doctor, because I met Sophie Aldred, and yeah, it just means a lot to me to that episode now. She even signed the DVD for me. So yeah, thanks very much.
That's beautiful. Thank you.
Aw,
thank you.
that's nice.
Have you got any DVDs signed, Troy?
Doctor Who? Have I got any DVD? I was going to say Doctor Who one specifically, but I don't think I've got any DVDs signed. I'm not sure. I don't think so.
You've got a lot of things signed. You've got a lot of things signed.
Yeah, like typically my thing with Comic Cons is I'll get like Funko signed, or if I get a picture with someone, I'll get that signed if I haven't got a Funko. Occasionally, it's something else like the Shooty a Millie one signed, like their action figures, because that was like a middle ground. But no, I don't, because the one thing that kind of stopped is because I've got the Steelbook collection for all the modern series, as expensive as it was to get the Series 9 and Series 1 ones. Let's not talk about that. But like I've been scared to open the door of getting them signed, because once I start getting them signed, I want them all signed. And I'm like,
don't want to open the floodgates.
I've already met quite a lot of the cast. I'm not about to like plunge the same amount of money in to meet them all again to get them to sign things all over again. I'm like, no, that's fine. So right now, my DVDs are unsigned. I don't think there is anything. The closest I can think of is I have a Sonic Steelbook signed by one of the cast members of the last Sonic game. I don't think there's anything further than that I can think of. I'm racking my brain at hyper speed, which is not working right now, and I don't think I have now. Have you got any DVDs signed?
No, I don't actually have that much signed. I've got a few like photos signed somewhere. I don't usually do that many signed things. I have the Ruby's Curse signed by Alex Kingston, which I think is awesome.
So do I.
Yeah. We have that in common. That's the only thing Troy and I have in common.
That's it, yeah. That's the only thing. I did find it funny. I saw that was on sale at my very brief interaction with the stalls at London Comic Con last weekend. That amazing convention that we talked about. Sorry, 2 weekends ago. Was it 2 weekends ago? Last weekend? I've lost track. Last weekend. Brain. But like I think it was on sale for about £50, and I'm sitting thinking I paid about 15-20 quid for it, and I still haven't read it. And it's becoming a collector's item, and I'm like, damn.
I've read halfway through it, but I had the end spoiled for me recently.
Oh, that's
because
not good. I had the end of the Penguin
someone else
spoiled
read
me,
it.
so.
Well, say it. No, don't say it. Don't say it. I've never seen the Penguin.
Wow.
I haven't.
That show's really good. It had a chokehold on me. It was really, really good.
Is that a reference, or is that just like legit?
Well, people listening might know. They might know.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Watch it though.
Troy?
It's really good. Have you
Troy's
seen the
got
Batman?
jokes. Huh?
Have you seen the Batman?
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. So
Robert
watch the Penguin. Then.
Pattinson.
It's really good.
Yeah. I will. I'll get around to it. I've got so much to do. I recently got an Amazon Fire Stick. Do you know what an Amazon Fire Stick is?
I do.
Yeah. I got that now. So my TV's like a weapon. I
don't like the Amazon Fire Stick for only one reason. It's very petty. Do you know what it is?
What is it?
It's too chunky of like a HDMI stick.
It's too chunky.
We got one for my mum's TV. It is. It's too chunky. Sorry, I'm fat shaming a USB stick. That's the only time I'm going to allow fat shaming. Okay, but no,
that is ridiculous.
My mum's TV has HDMI plugs one on top of the other, and the Fire Stick is so thick on the sides. If you put it in, you can't have another thing plugged in on the other socket, so we just don't use it.
I get it.
Because we've got like a TV box, a Blu-ray player, and I've got my PS5 plugged in down there at the minute because she's playing Baldur's Gate 3.
What? You've never played that game? Anyway.
Well, I say playing. Her arm's in a sling. I'm playing, and she's directing what to do. She can't really control it herself. She can't really on the best of days. She's not quite the expert gamer that I am. I don't think she'll mind me saying that. But no, she's been taking an interest in it, and it's been nice. It's been nice. So we haven't got space for a Fire TV stick, you know.
Well, I do. I do.
Okay, so next caller.
Hello, Ophelia. How you doing?
I have a lot of favorite scenes in Doctor Who, like the end of Journey's End when they're all in the TARDIS together is one of the most joyful moments of television I've ever seen. But I think my favorite thing about Doctor Who is the kind of community that it inspires. I don't know a single other fandom that is so compassionate and generous and kind. Like, my local Doctor Who society raises money for our local children's hospital. And it's hard to find that kind of warmth and loveliness anywhere else. And I love that that's the kind of community that Doctor Who inspires.
Bless. Absolute bless.
It's cool to hear there's a Doctor Who society somewhere in America. I'm assuming in America.
Yeah,
like that's cool because I don't know how popular it is over in the States still, but that's lovely. And to have them raising money for charity,
that's so lovely. That's so lovely. I'm sure there's like a million stories like that out there. I really want to hear all of them.
I want to see that society. Ophelia, can you like drop me an email? Let me know where the society is. I'll swing by. I want to see what a Doctor Who society looks like. That sounds great.
Please,
that sounds so good.
Well, are there any like Doctor Who clubs around?
Not that I'm aware of.
We've got like some stuff here, but they like I don't know. There's not that much. The main things you can do is go to these smaller, teeny tiny conventions like Sylvester. The other day, was it yesterday? The day before. That's like the main thing. But actually, it's actually worth me saying, shout out to the Sirens of Audio, because they went to Josh, myself, and the 50% boys, and they were like, hey, there's not too many Doctor Who clubs around, but the future's kind of like the podcasters and the YouTubers. Would you guys like to get up and say a few words in front of everyone? So I said a few words at the convention the other day, which was pretty cool, which was very, very nice. So shout out to the Sirens of Audio.
Cool, yeah.
It was very, very, very spontaneous. Josh Snares was a little bit scared, but it was good.
Oh, I did a quick Google while you were talking, and I'm actually quite annoyed and not annoyed. I'm upset, Crispy. Do you know why I'm upset?
Are you upset? Tell me.
I just thought I'd Google Doctor Who societies like at universities in the UK, and what's the first result that comes up?
Is it Queensland?
No, it's Liverpool University, the one I went to, which did not have a Doctor Who society when I was a student there. So that's been set up since I graduated. I am livid. I would have loved.
That's wild.
Make connections with like-minded people that attend our exciting Doctor Who-related events, such as screenings, watch parties, quizzes, trips, and more. Like, that would have been perfect. I was looking for a society that would have been perfect for me, so I could be more social, and I didn't find one.
I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry, brother. Can I tell you a quick story about university and Doctor Who? Please. It's just a minute of your time.
If you have to, I suppose.
It's just a minute of your time. You must pay to go forward.
I'll sit here sulking over the university thing.
So, Troy, when I was at university, there was this guy who was just a really arrogant dude, and I did not like him one bit at all. And we knew each other for a year because we like lived pretty close to each other. And I'm not going to name names, but I didn't like him very much, and I don't think he liked me. But anyway, as time went on, about a year's passed, I'm asked to be a guest of honor at the Doctor Who Society at the university that was like, not the one I went to, but one close by. And then I saw who the president of the Doctor Who Society was, and it was that guy, the arrogant dude that I'd known for ages. So I declined. I was like, nah, your loss. Your loss. I'm not gonna do it. Anyway, that's a little sassy, crispy story.
You have so much Crispy Pro influence, and you chose not to use it because there was the guy running it
Because
was
there was
arrogant.
a guy I just didn't like. He was so rude. He was just a really
But think
rude
about
guy.
the exposure you could have got if you'd been. Think about those extra subscribers.
All of those 30 plus subscribers I could have got. Oh, shucks. Oh well.
I mean, you probably didn't go through the phase that I did when I first started YouTube, where like every time I played like a match on Call of Duty, I would send a message to all the recent players in my lobby like, fun playing with you. By the way, I have a YouTube channel. You should go and subscribe.
I shouldn't be saying this on the platform as well, but like I remember when I first started out, there was like, you could just look up on YouTube the term sub for sub. You know that?
Oh, yeah.
And I was just spamming that on every video. It got like, 20 subscribers. I was like, wow, I'm going to make it in this industry.
I like how you're saying you shouldn't say it, but like everyone did that at a certain time.
Yeah, I know, but I worry, like you read the YouTube's terms of service, like if I ever one day get a plaque or whatever, you have to meet a certain criteria and you can't like cheat your way to the top. And I was like, I hope that nothing happens. I hope that nothing happens. I don't get banned for doing that. I'm pretty sure. I read that in terms of, and I was like, ooh. But anyway, YouTube was only
I'm
for
saying
like,
everyone did
only
it
when I
actually,
started out 11 years ago.
You said it, but I actually didn't do the sub for something. I never actually did that. I just did the message players being like, you should check out my YouTube channel.
That's legal. What I did is illegal.
And ironically, one person used to be in our Xbox friend group became friends with us because he subscribed to me from a message from that. It just ended up becoming part of our friend group, which was quite funny.
That's incredible.
Yeah, we don't speak to him much anymore because he just, he goes out drinking now. He doesn't really play video games. He's too cool for us,
Oh, I hate that. I hate that.
Oh, it's disgraceful. I'm actually so sad about the Doctor Who Society thing. You can I might contact them and go, do you want a Doctor Who podcaster to host an event for you or something, just so I can feel something?
Please do it. That'd be great.
I want to feel something, anything, please. I might actually do it, to be fair. That could be a cool idea.
And if we can line it up, I'll do a video call. I'll call in. I'll say good day.
God, imagine that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Cool. Imagine that. I could do like an episode, record it in the university.
With a live studio audience.
Oh, we're planning here. We're cooking. This could be a cool idea. If you want to see that, let us know, because it might be an effort to set up. But if actually people want to see it, leave a comment and let us know. Maybe we'll do it. That could be fun. We're assuming that they would want to do that. We'd have to get in touch, but let us know.
Come on.
Let us know.
They have to.
But no, the point was, before I saw that, looking through, there are quite a few universities that seem to have. There's one at Edge Hill as well, which is not far away from Liverpool either. Was technically in Liverpool, greater region. There's one in Lancaster, one in Oxford, Cambridge. Clearly, maybe it's because things have come back with RTD2. Maybe there's an increased interest or something. But I'm telling you now, when I was in uni, I started in uni at 2017, which was just before Capaldi regenerated. In fairness, but nothing I could see then. So.
Well, back in the day, I started this thing because I was living at on-campus accommodation, and I started a little Doctor Who viewing party when Series 10 was airing, and so every week we'd be doing that, and the term holidays or the semester holidays landed the weekend before Well Enough in Time. So the last episode we ever watched together was The Eaters of Light, and I felt so bad. For setting that all up, because the next week we would have got John Sims and the Well Enough in Time finale. That would have been fantastic. Yeah. But all of us went on holidays, and that was the last thing we ever did. We never came back for Jodie's thing because everyone had gone on and graduated or whatever. It was really sad. Anyway, here's Vincent.
Why are
Vincent.
They're supposed to be our favourite memories. We're both just getting sad about Doctor Who things.
Oh, happy birthday, Doctor Who. We're all grown up and sad.
Happy birthday, Crispy, what is your favourite memory of Doctor Who? Do you have one particular one you could call to?
Oh, it's probably cringy.
And is it the one I'm probably thinking it will be?
What, meeting you? That's up there.
Oh,
that's really up there.
What I meant, I'll be honest.
That was the 60th anniversary. That was a 60th. Oh well, meeting Capaldi. That's like an out of body experience. That's not just like my favorite memory of Doctor Who. That's like up there in the top 3 memories of my life. Like that
I was going to say, it's just favorite memory. Full stop.
Yeah. So it's kind of an outlier because it was just the best thing that's ever happened to me and ever will. But I had a moment yesterday when I was dropping Josh and the 50% boys back at the airport. I just got real sad. I was like, oh. This
I'm never going to see them again. No.
I'm never going to see them again. I don't know. This show's just like helped me meet so many incredible, like-minded people, creators, fans of the show, and so I don't. Well, but if specifically happiest Doctor Who memory ever, that's tough, man. That's really, really tough. I think
it is. I've been thinking about it before we started recording, and I can't put my finger on one in particular. It's like we've asked you lot to give us your favorite memories, and I'm sat here like I don't know what mine would be.
I think I've got one that I took for granted, and I never like fully appreciated until you got to listen to Conor McRae's message, man. It was beautiful. But
you've got to stop teasing me. I can't believe you played it without me. That's like I would have loved to have heard that.
I wasn't expecting it to be that good. To be honest, I thought it was going to be like a meme, being like, oh, well, not. I mean, like,
oh wow, so memes aren't good, Crispy. Oh,
I wasn't saying
it's all coming out now.
As in, I was saying I didn't expect it to be that emotional. You know what I mean by that?
It's alright, Connor. I can still be your favorite.
Connor always
does
good stuff, but I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be that type of good.
Right.
Anyway, digging myself out of the hole here. 2012, The Snowman. I am really, really, really into Doctor Who at this point. Like, this is like peak. Oh my gosh, I love this show. I'm not on social media. I don't see the trailers for things. I'm only seeing this on the TV, being like, oh my gosh, Doctor Who's back on Christmas Day, and they're gonna have that woman back from the Dalek episode. What the heck's going on? And it was my cousins, it was my auntie, and her like parents. So like I don't know, whatever they would be in relation. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It was like Boxing Day in 2012, and we all went over there and we watched it, and we were all shocked when Clara died, and that Series 7 Part 2 trailer comes on. That's probably one of my favorite memories, because I remember like it was just an out-of-body experience as to how excited I was for Doctor Who entering its 50th year. So that's up there for me. I loved that, and it was Christmas time as well, so I can't complain. I can't complain at all. So that's one of them. I'll say that.
That's a nice one. That is a really nice one. I like that.
Thank you.
I'm trying to think. I'm going to try and think of one now. Because, I mean, it's like you said, like your thing with Capaldi is almost like a favourite memory, not even a memory of Doctor Who. I feel similarly with David Tennant and the Cage.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah. Absolute shocker.
Which I still think every time you mention it, I just think about the chance that there's at least one person watching or listening who doesn't know what we're talking about, or either of our stories. And we'll just let you know, there are episodes for both of them. So you can go and check them
classics.
out.
Absolute classic.
I don't remember what was yours called? Because yours was a live one, so I can find that easier.
It was a live episode.
Capaldi, 10 years on.
Oh my gosh.
It's so funny looking at that picture of because that thumbnail has got you now and you 10 years ago in there, and just like, damn, that glow up, man, that glow up.
The glow up? Nah, man, glow down.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I was a little cutie. Back then.
No, you weren't. You're cute.
Yeah,
now.
I was. Oh my gosh.
There you
Get
go.
my number,
And then mine's
Troy.
David Tennant, 8 Troy's face. So there you go. You can look up those titles.
Go look that up.
Episodes 46 for me and 124 for Crispy. Took him a lot longer to get his story out, but we got there in the end.
But hey,
we got there.
You know whose story I want to hear?
Can we have Vincent here from Hungary?
Vincent, let's listen. Hello.
Hey guys, Vincent here from. My favorite Doctor Who memory is watching Heaven Sent. Because I knew beforehand there's going to be a special one, because only Peter Capaldi will be in it. And it was one of the most beautifully, intricately designed episodes, and it was amazing. And the second one is waiting and finally watching The Woman Who Fell to Earth, because I was so hyped for the 13th Doctor. It was amazing. So yeah, those are two. Also, I'm recording this in Doctor Who Day. So happy birthday, Doctor Who. Bye.
Thank you, Vincent. Thank you very, very much. That's beautiful. That is absolutely...
That's cool.
Do you remember watching Heaven Sent for the first time?
Yeah. I mean, it was a while ago, and I can't remember if I fully understood it the first time round. I think I might have been a little bit...
I feel like you told me about this, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I might not have fully been on board with it, because I was like, what is happening? What's going on? And I think I pretty much got it by the end, but like especially it was repeat viewings that really sealed it as like, wow, this is genius, Moffat. Like, what are you cooking?
Let that man show run.
Let him do it. Yeah.
I remember
he's already said a few places he was like, Joy to the World's gonna be my final episode. I'm not writing anymore. And then he did this tweet along on Saturday on Doctor Who Day for Boom, which my mum and I joined in on as well, which was lovely.
Oh, nice.
It was quite funny because it was when my mum started playing Baldur's Gate and we were going to finish about 7 o'clock because Strictly Come Dancing was going to come on. She was like, "We'll watch there. We'll call it for the night." I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." Wasn't you watch that? And I was like, "Oh, there's a Doctor Who watch along happening at about the same time Strictly comes on." She went, "Oh, let's watch that then." I went, "Do you not want to watch Strictly?" She went, "No, we'll watch Doctor Who." I was like, "Okay, cool."
Oh,
which was lovely.
Legend.
But he ended the tweet along by being like, "Joy to the World's the final one." But then again, how many times have I said that before? So he's already like, if I do,
I'll leave the door a little bit open.
I honestly would even though I know some people will disagree because it's only 8 episodes a season, but I'd be quite happy having a Stephen Moffat episode every season, one episode.
I would
season.
not complain in the slightest.
No, I think it'd be great. I think it'd be great. I think the thing was you always knew a Stephen Moffat solo episode was always going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Sometimes some of his main showrunner stuff maybe you could argue isn't as good. I can't think of a bad Moffat episode off the top of my head. Maybe there is one out there, but I can't think of one. Did you write the Doctor Widow in the Wardrobe?
Yes.
Okay, so he's written a couple of mid ones then. But point being,
by the way, my mum saw Bill Bailey last night at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre. So,
I thought you meant she just bumped into him and got a photo or something.
A paid ticketed event. But yeah, I thought that's funny.
Okay,
anyway,
okay.
Moving.
Did she shout out that he was wasted in Doctor Who?
Correct. That was my specific request.
Good.
Yeah.
Because he deserved better. He deserved better. You said this already. You don't waste Bill Bailey.
You don't waste Bill Bailey.
You don't. I don't know why that's one of our biggest messages, but it is true. You don't waste it.
I love that.
But yeah, so him saying that, I think he might do more episodes, but it would be nice. It'd be nice to see him do more. I think he's a good writer. He's a good writer.
He is. And you know who's a good caller?
Will?
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Hello, Will.
It has to be that moment in Journey's End when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I saw all the 10th Doctor companions coming together in that TARDIS with the music playing. That's got to be one of my favourite memories. I guess the other one might be Christmas Invasion when David Tennant first came out, but yeah, I think it's got to be Journey's End when they're all in the TARDIS and Jackie's getting told off for not touching the TARDIS and stuff like that.
Fantastic.
David Tennant was gay.
Congratulations. I don't remember that. I don't remember that in the episode.
I can't believe David Tennant came out in the Christmas Invasion. I'm happy for him.
Gosh.
Good guy.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
My thoughts are with Georgia at this very difficult time. No, I'm taking the mic. No, yeah, that's a good one. I think sometimes your first episode or the first episode of your Doctor is going to be a very important one.
Oh,
that's going to be a very meaningful thing to you,
no matter what.
Or last one, because for me, my first Tennant episode wasn't Tennant's first episode; it was Smith and Jones, right? But when he left, me and my mum were both in buckets of tears. End of Time Part 2. We were both distraught.
Gosh, I wish I was there for that. I truly do.
What, in our house, bit weird.
Yeah, and I've just without knowing you guys back then,
and not even watching Doctor Who at that point, might I add.
Yeah,
you're just a random guy in our house. This show's a bit mid.
All right, let's listen to the last few callers, shall we?
Okay,
we've got a few. Hello, Rob. How are you, Rob?
Long time Doctor Who fan here. Just wanted to say my favourite memory from Doctor Who. Bit weird, but basically, for the longest time, I had a rough memory from the Doctor Falls, and I wasn't sure if I was right or not, regarding a certain adult joke between Missy and John Sims' master. And my housemate, for the longest time, said, "There's no way they would have done that. There's no way that they would have done that." And then we finally watched it together after years of this, and I was right. And so for that reason alone, that's my favourite memory. Thank you.
And congratulations, Rob. You are the comment of the week. You are the pure art
and the only person on the planet whose favourite memory is that scene between Missy and the Master.
Wow. Incredible. Just incredible stuff. Was not expecting that, but I'm all for it.
Yeah, neither was I.
Let's have Torchwood. Torchwood's called in.
So when I was a kid, I was watching this show called The Sarah Jane Adventures. And I really liked it. I wanted to see more of it. And one day I found out that this doctor that Sarah keeps mentioning actually has its own TV show called Doctor Who. So I checked it out and I just fell in love. And I'm a fan for 15 years now.
Well done, Sarah Jane Adventures. Well done. You did it. You did it. You did your job.
I can't
Congratulations.
remember if we've made that argument before, but like there must be some people, well, like Torchwood 5 here, who got into Doctor Who through one of the spin-offs. Like, that's such a cool concept, and I can't imagine doing
that's
that.
That's what I've told, like Josh Nair started with Torchwood.
Yes, they did. That's where that's where we've talked about it before. I was going to say it felt familiar, but like the idea, of watching like Sarah Jane and being like, is there more of this out there? And then realizing that's a spin-off of a much bigger show, and you're like, what?
Yeah, that must be fun. That must be really fun.
Yeah, that must be great.
I remember being absolutely shocked when I found out that there were spin-off shows of this damn silly time and space show. I couldn't believe it.
And you went, wow, that's class.
God damn it, Troy. Why did I enjoy that? Why did I enjoy that?
I bet you did. Much like Class. Not that everyone did.
No, it's fun. You should watch all of it one day, Troy.
One of these days.
Hey, let's listen to...
All right, have you got any more calls to finish off, Crispy? There might be one more further down,
We've got one more, and then I've got something for the closing comments.
Well, you're not playing this one. It's 53 seconds. They're breaking our rules, Crispy.
Well, they're gonna have to pay up.
No, I'm not.
Are we not playing this?
No, we have rules for a reason, sir.
Oh my gosh!
We have rules for a reason.
Well,
you cannot call for longer than 30 seconds unless you're Conor McRae.
We've got Jamie here with an 11-second call.
Oh, I can do that. I can work with that.
All right, hello, Jamie.
Just simply the escapism, but also how varied the episodes can be, episode to episode, like from the past, from the present, etc., etc.
Variety.
You never know what you're gonna get.
You never know what you're gonna. You know, Doctor Who is like a box of chocolates.
I eat them all very quickly.
Correct. Gosh dang it, Troy. Well,
do you know what? Since that was 20 seconds under the typical length, we'll add 20 seconds on and fine. GDS Studios, I'm watching you, mister. You're not allowed, but I'll let you off this 1 week.
Hello.
Fellas, what is my favourite memory of Doctor Who? Gotta be up there. Something that I am just gutted they stopped doing is the Doctor Who experiences. I was lucky enough to go to a couple back in the day. It was live theatre topped up to the max, you know, like the actual sort of story of it. When you had the Doctor showing up on like all these different screens in just little rooms, but they weren't just little rooms. You were on a Dalek spaceship. You were in a forest with weeping angels everywhere coming at you. You flew the TARDIS, and then to top it all off, you went through the museum. You saw all the costumes and props throughout the show. Why did they stop doing it? Well, we know why. It obviously didn't do very well money-wise, but they need to bring it back. Why the hell did they never bring it back?
Money.
Well, I actually found out recently, and it was mentioned at Arcadia, that event I was at with Stephen Moffat, which was apparently that the Time Fracture event, Doctor Who Time Fracture, that was in London a couple of years ago, it made a huge loss. And I was really surprised to hear that. Because it was really busy the day my mum and I went, and I saw loads of people going constantly to it. I can't believe it. Maybe it just was, it sold well, but they'd spent so much money they couldn't recoup it.
Yeah.
Because there was the effort that went into that was insane.
We got to pay staff and the ongoing maintenance of the whole thing as well.
Oh, who pays their staff? Come on, why do we have to do that?
Oh, not Amazon. Here we go. But I bought that product
Cheers,
anyway. Wow. Well, thank you everyone for your calls. Happy Doctor Who Day. Wow. It's been a whole gosh dang year since the 60th, since we had the Star Beast Wobbly Yonder and the Giggle, and a year since I met a certain Red Archer live.
I'm trying very hard to forget.
And so, Troy, I've just found a website that it's called Birthday Questions. And I just want to ask you a birthday question. Can I ask you a birthday question?
I'm more worried that I just straight up insulted meeting you and you didn't even comment on it. It was meant to be a joke, but it just got left in the air.
I heard it, and I just flew it right over my head because I thought that would be funny.
Go on, ask me a birthday question.
What are you most proud of in the last year?
Oh, blimey.
365 days, mate. What are you proud of?
I don't know.
Anything. Give me something.
It's tough. I'm not sure. What are you most proud of?
Oh, well, thank you so much. The video coming out next week that I filmed in April.
Oh, is this a setup for you cheeky devil?
It's coming out this Thursday. It's called I Put Doctor Who's Worst Episode on at the Cinema. and it's myself, my girlfriend, and we watched Love and Monsters on the big screen in a private screening. So go and watch that. Go and watch that.
I have been waiting for this for years. At this point, it feels like I am so excited.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I showed.
Well, what time? What time on Thursday? Give everyone the time.
Whatever 3 a.m. My time is compared to you. What is that?
So
I don't know what that is.
That will
like
be 5 p.m. UK
5 p.m.
time on
Beautiful.
Wednesday.
Yeah, go and watch it. Go and watch it. Have fun.
Go watch it.
Go tell your families.
Can I see it early? Can I see it early?
Yeah, I showed Josh and the 50% Boys yesterday, and they were so happy. They were so happy.
You're telling me you pitched it to me all these months ago, and I didn't even get to see it first.
I was meant to send you a link. But they were leaving, and we had like 10 minutes to kill, and I was like, well,
no,
actually...
it's fine. I see how it is. Thank you, everyone, for listening to the final ever episode of Who's There, a Doctor Who podcast. I'm tired of Crispy. That's it. That's enough for me now, so we're going to wrap it up there.
And it's goodbye from Troy.
Thank you all for calling in, as always. We really appreciate it. Happy birthday, Dr. Who, as Crispy said. It's nice to hear everyone's memories and how much the show means to you all. It's lovely to see. It's very nice to see. Now we'll spend the next few months moaning about it, as Twitter typically does, you know?
Correct.
Exactly.
Correct.
I've no idea what we're doing in this week's live episode, Crispy, which for all of you listening...
It's going to be crazy.
Is going to be this Thursday at about 9 p.m. UK time, about 7 a.m. Aussie time for Crispy here on a Friday morning. But
plenty
Thursday
of
evening
time
for
you guys to watch my video before then as well.
Exactly. Only a few hours later. Maybe we'll do an episode on that. We haven't actually decided what the live episode's going to be on at this point, so you'll find out soon enough.
It's going to be good.
My best guess is us just talking about Joy to the World, because we haven't talked about it yet.
Yeah.
And there'll be something kind of poetic about that, because it's the last live episode before we do the live, presumably live, Joy to the World review.
Ooh. Get excited.
I assume we'll do that live, but we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
We'll figure it out.
Well, I can make it work.
Sometime over Christmas.
Sometime
over Christmas. Do your best British accent.
Oh, where's that donkey?
Right, well, I've got a tutoring lesson to get to that's starting in 5 minutes, so I'm going to make a dash. Thank you all for listening to this episode of Who's There, a Doctor Who podcast. Crispy, your closing comments.
Happy birthday, Doctor Who.
Thank you all for listening. See you all on Thursday with the live episode, or next Tuesday if you're listening on audio platforms. But check us out on YouTube. And you know what? Subscribe. We'd appreciate you subscribing.
Thank you.
We should say it more. Start with every episode now. In the intro gag, just, hey, subscribe. Roll the intro.
Let's do that. Just yell.
That's it. Not next week's, because it's live on the one after. Intro is, we have an important message for this episode of Who's There, Doctor Who podcast. Subscribe! Roll the intro. That's it.
That's beautiful. That's great. Let's do that.
All right, get ready for that in 2 weeks' time. Until then, it's goodbye from Crispy.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. See you all next week. Alon Z, baby.
Alon Z, baby.